here's all the food I preserved during Stocktober so it lasts as long as possible. The gardening season in Buffalo is coming to a close, so I canned up the last of our garden tomatoes. I ended up making 8 jars of a plain tomato sauce that can be turned into sauce or soup. And then I took those peels and seeds and dehydrated them and ground them up really fine to make a jar of tomato paste powder. I reconstitute 1-to-1 or use in a dry mix to give it a tomato taste. Then it was time to preserve some of the pumpkins from the garden, both Sugar Pie and Dark Knight. I jarred up 26 quarts in pints of cubes that can be easily drained and then mashed into a puree. And then I also dehydrated the final hot peppers from the garden. I'm gonna grind these up eventually for some sort of red pepper flakes, I think. Not sure, so I just left them whole and vacuum sealed the jar. Then I harvested 56 loofah gourds and brought them down to the basement on my seed starting racks. Hopefully they will dry out down here. I've had good luck in the past with them drying in the basement. And then we went apple picking. We got 100 pounds of apples for $65, so I turned 20 pounds into caramel apple pie filling in a jar. This made 24 jars of quarts and pints, and then the peels and cores from those I turned into homemade apple cider vinegar. It is still processing, so stay tuned. And then I used another 12 pounds for apple butter. The cores and peels from the apples, I just made a ton of apple juice. And then with 8 of the 12 cups of that juice, I turned it into apple jelly. Then I made 2 cases of applesauce, some cinnamon, some plain, and then with those scraps, I made some apple juice, which I also canned. And last but not least, I vacuum sealed some of our dry goods like flour, oats, sugar, and powdered sugar. I would say I had a pretty successful Stocktober.